to be the greatest verse of Quran. And it was named to be the greatest for one reason, that it encapsulates all the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It speaks about what we say, لَهُ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. The knowledge that no one can know or even understand sometimes what's beyond it. لَا يُحِطُونَ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنْ عِلْمِهِ إِلَّا بِمَا شَاءَ. The size of his chair, rather than speaking about the size of the throne, rather than speaking about the unimaginable size of Allah's entity himself, وَسِعَ كُرْسِيُّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. All of that in one verse. But to have the knowledge and have control over something is something. And to manage that universe, to keep in consistent power and perfectionism that universe and creation needs another level of miraculous power. And this is what should mesmerize you about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not just the creation that He created, but the way He managed it. The way He maintained it. He manufactured it in a perfect way. That this universe doesn't have a single bug. Never that the universe stopped running. لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار. Rules that puts that whole universe into one strict, firm line. Everything is prostrating to Allah. ألم ترى أن الله يسجد له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض والشمس والقمر والنجوم والشجر والجبال. All of those prostrating to Allah. But when He came to mankind, Allah didn't say وَالنَّاسِ, but He said وَكَثِيرٌ مِّنَ النَّاسِ. Because He gave you and only you the free will. He allowed you to choose to go to right or left, to choose the light or the dark. And yet many people choose the dark. Many people choose to call Allah names. Yadullahi maghlula. Allah is stingy. Allah has a wife. Allah has a son. They said all of that about Him. And He is the great in His chair. He is the one above and beyond. كثير من الناس haven't yet reflected on that greatness. How to manage the creation. Musa alayhi salam had that reflection as always. The man who keeps asking the questions. And he said, فيما يروى عنه في الأثر ربي أرني عدلك وإنصافك. Oh Allah, I know you created us. I know you put us all together here. But I want to see and witness your justice. Your fairness among us. How do you maintain that? If I steal from brother AbdulRahman and he kills your father and he cheated in your brother and this man takes from that man and it's all chaotic situation among human beings. How do you maintain that justice, Ya Allah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders him to stand on the top of a hill. أمره أن يقف على تلة أمامها نهر جار. In front of that hill there is a whole river running and he is watching. فأتى فارس فشرب ثم مضى. ثم أتى صبي فشرب فوجد صرة نقود نسيها الفارس فأخذها ثم مضى. ثم أتى رجل عجوز فسأل عن صرة نقوده فقال ما أدراني فقتله ثم مضى. What Musa has witnessed there is outstanding. He saw, as he's watching from a distance, a knight, a man on a horse, comes and drinks from the river and he leaves. A while after, a young boy comes, drinks from the river. He finds a bag of gold that the knight has forgotten. He takes it and leaves. A while after, an old man, he's old, fragile, weak. He drinks from the river. The knight remembers he forgot his bag of gold. He goes back to the river. He finds the old man. Where is my money? I don't know. He kills him. He leaves. La ilaha illallah. Ya Allah, I asked for justice. I didn't ask for injustice. فقال Allah. Allah has showed him what's behind the scene. This knight has stolen the exact amount of money from the father of that boy. And that old man killed the father of that night. Everyone is even in one scene. La ilaha illallah. You cannot respond with nothing but La ilaha illallah. Justice is applied fully between three individuals in one scene in front of Musa alayhi salam. This is how Allah's knowledge is above your capacity, brother. Brother, when you ask why and what's and how's and ifs and buts, sit polite. Don't stretch yourself out. Respect the knowledge of Allah that you would never encapsulate it. When Musa and Al-Khidr both were sitting, فقال له موسى, Al-Khidr is talking to Musa, and both of them are observing the bird tapping from the ocean. فقال له الخضر أترى ذاك يا موسى? Do you see that bird drinking from the ocean? فقال نعم, yes. فقال والله ما علمي وعلمك في علم الله إلا كما ينقر هذا الطير من هذا المحيط. Wallahi, my knowledge and your knowledge combined to the knowledge of Allah is just as much as that bird is tapping from the whole ocean. How much is that? And we're talking about the most two knowledgeable men who walked on earth at their times, Musa and Al-Khidr. And this is why, if there is one theme to the story of Al-Khidr in Surah Al-Kahf, is about this. Behind every awful destiny, there's a great destiny that you would never know. Those who were riding the ship probably were scared, were panicking to death. They didn't know the reason and why he did that. But this is the only way to save them from the injustice from the king. The boy who was killed brutally with a cold blood by Al-Khidr. Allah tells us that Musa said, أَقَتَلْتَ نَفْسًا بِغَيْرِ نَفْسٍ, and they just moved on. Allah didn't tell us how much his parents, the parents of this boy who was just killed, they wept, they cried to death. That's their own flesh. Allah didn't tell us nothing about that, but he told us that he will replace them with another son who's righteous. And then you don't know nothing about the replacement on the hereafter. That's another phase of justice. And this is why when you see what's happening to your brothers in Gaza, don't be sad. Nah. You maybe want to be sad about yourself, but not for them. Nah. Rasulullah ﷺ tells us, يود أهل العافية يوم القيامة حين يرون أهل البلاء وما فيهم من الثواب لو قرضت جلودهم بمقاريض من حديد. When the people of Afiyah, the people who lived a lovey-dovey life like ourselves, eating and drinking and sleeping, our biggest test is a flu or coughing at the end of the day. That's our test in this dunya. When you see what Allah rewards those who were brutally tested, hardships after hardships in dunya, when you see what Allah replaces them, you wish that your skin was ripped off your body in dunya. لا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. Understanding and respecting that knowledge of Allah puts you at peace, brother. Just sets your heart behind. Salam.